Hello and welcome to Your Government in Action, a presentation of Bahamas Information Services. I'm Carissa Williamson. In a national statement on December 4th, 2024, Prime Minister and Minister of Finance, the Honorable Philip Davis KC, announced his recommendation for a new Commissioner of Police. This after a recent announcement of the resignation of current Commissioner of Police, Clayton Fernandez.
This morning, I made a communication to Parliament updating the House and the Bahamian people on the steps we have taken since we first learnt of an indictment in the United States, which includes several members of our law enforcement agencies. During the communication, I announced that I met with the Commissioner of Police and that I had received and accepted his resignation. I am recommending that the Assistant Commissioner of Police, with responsibility for the Northern District, Shanta Emily Knowles, be appointed as the nation's next Commissioner of Police. She is a strong and seasoned professional, ready to lead the force through an era of substantial reform. During the communication, I also announced new legislation to create, for the first time, independent oversight of the police. Independent oversight can play an essential role in strengthening trust between the police and the communities they serve.
Officers of the Royal Bahamas Police Force were honored and recognized for their dedication for long service, good conduct, and faithful service in maintaining law and order in the Bahamas in a medal presentation ceremony. The ceremony took place at Government House on December 6, 2024.
It is an honor to stand before you, and it's humbling as we celebrate the recipients of the long service and good conduct and faithful service medals. These awards are more than just symbols. They're testaments to commitment, discipline, and character. The Long Service and Good Conduct Medal for Career Officers holds a storied place in the traditions of the Royal Bahamas Police Force, instituted to honor those who have completed 18 years of continuous service, exemplary service. This medal reflects not only longevity, but also integrity. It signifies a career unmarred by disciplinary action, a standard that calls for vigilance, professionalism, and steadfast adherence to the code of ethics that defines this great force. To wear this medal is to carry the badge of honor, an acknowledgement of years spent in tireless dedication to protecting and serving the Bahamian people. The Faithful Service Medal for Police Reserves is equally significant, representing the devotion and loyalty of those who consistently demonstrated exceptional service for 15 years or more. This medal is a testament to the resilience and determination required to uphold the mission of the Royal Bahamas Police Force, even in the face of adversity. To recipients of these prestigious awards, I offer you my heartfelt congratulations. You truly exemplify the motto of this great institution: courage, integrity, loyalty. Your unwavering commitment and exemplary conduct set a standard for us all. In your years of service, you've not only upheld the law, but also embodied the core values of the Royal Bahamas Police Force. You've built a legacy of trust that strengthens the bond between the police force and the communities you serve. But as we honor your accomplishments, let us also reflect on what these medals symbolize for the future. To your colleagues in the force, especially those in the earliest stages of their careers, let this day serve as an inspiration to them. Excellence in service is not achieved overnight. It is a result of small, consistent acts of dedication. Let the accomplishments we celebrate today remind us that integrity and perseverance are the cornerstone of a meaningful career. To those who wear these medals, I encourage you to continue to lead by example. Your actions have already inspired many. but the journey does not end here. In fact, it is a call to dig deeper, to mentor, and to shape the next generation of officers. As we look to the future, let us remember that the true strength of the Royal Bahamas Police Force lies not in its protocols and procedures, but in the hearts and minds of you, its officers. When you commit yourself to service with excellence, you make our communities safer, our people stronger, and the nation better. Once again, congratulations to today's honorees. Thank you for your years of faithful service, your enduring commitment, and your example of integrity. Let me remind you though, that courage, integrity, and loyalty are qualities that are tested to the very end of your service, indeed to the very end of your lives.
17 police officers received certificates for the completion of a Royal Bahamas Police Force domestic violence certification course conducted by the Pan American Development Foundation and the United States Embassy. The graduation ceremony took place at Harry Seymour Library on November 22nd, 2024.
John Mark Green wrote, "You are not the darkness you endured. You are the light that refused to surrender." Protocol having been established, a pleasant good afternoon to all. It is a pleasure to have the opportunity to speak on behalf of the first cohort of police officers to successfully complete the domestic violence course funded by the United States government through the Pan American Development Foundation. Day one, we entered the classroom full of excitement and somewhat apprehension because we thought to ourselves, why me? We know about domestic violence. We deal with it almost on a daily basis. But it turns out we didn't fully grasp the various forms it takes, nor the long-term impact it has on victims. We understood that it was physical, but later found out that it encompasses a range of behaviors, including emotional, verbal, financial, and psychological abuse. Through instruction and well-thought-out activities, we learned how deeply ingrained societal factors such as gender roles and power dynamics contribute to the cycle of abuse. All forms of abuse are equally harmful and can have long-lasting effects on the victims, even when there is no visible signs of physical injury. We quickly realized that domestic violence is not confined to any one demographic. It affects people of all races, genders, and socioeconomic backgrounds. And we truly began to understand how psychological manipulation and fear keeps someone from leaving an abusive partner. This is a cycle which often keeps victims trapped in unhealthy relationships. This is why it is so important, not only for police officers, but for community resources to play a pivotal role in providing safety and support for victims by empowering them to regain control over their lives. We now fully grasp the need for education and awareness and are better equipped to recognize the signs of abuse and understand how to effectively support victims. Through this course, we discovered that the award for the best actor for the 2024 domestic violence course goes to Bobby. We also found out that Jazz Chisholm Jr. has nothing on Corporal Smith curveball. And how about DJ Anderson providing us with all of those old school hits for our morning devotions? Truly amazing. To Mr. Clark and Ms. Lundy, our facilitators, your dedication and passion for the topic exuded through your teachings. We appreciate your guidance and the time and effort you put into ensure that learning has taken place. You both have a wealth of knowledge, and we are grateful to have been recipients of that. Our lessons, group exercises, newsprints, and healthy conversations will remain with us for a lifetime. along with a plethora of photos and videos that were taken. If I had a sticky note to pass to you both, it would read, "Thank you. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for the invaluable role that you both played through our training."
More of Your Government in Action when we return. Welcome back. A ribbon cutting ceremony for the newly renovated Accident and Emergency Department was held at the Princess Margaret Hospital on December 3rd, 2024. The upgraded facility represents a major step toward enhanced emergency care for patients and overall health care in the Bahamas.
Teamwork makes the dream work. And over the years, I have learned that each member plays a vital role in supporting the health and well-being of our country's healthcare system. Your tireless efforts, often under difficult circumstances, ensure that the people of our nation receive the level of healthcare they truly deserve, and for that, we are all grateful. Excellency, the Princess Margaret Hospital stands at the forefront of the complex healthcare system in our archipelago. It's not just a facility, it is the lifeline for many Bahamians who use our services suffering from many chronic and acute medical and surgical conditions. That is why infrastructural and IT improvements made at the Princess Margaret Hospital resonate far beyond the hospital compound. It actually touches lives. The enhancement of service delivery at the Princess Margaret Hospital and other healthcare facilities across the country have made an immense impact in the lives of patients. Accessibility to quality healthcare services enables all of us to meet the evolving healthcare needs now and in the future for our growing population. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to take this opportunity to commend the former hospital administrator, Ms. Mary Walker, our current hospital administrator, Ms. Cartwright, for their steady and inspiring leadership throughout complex accident emergency renovation enhancement project, and for us to expand our emergency department. This expansion is more than a construction project. It symbolizes our commitment to enhancing emergency care for all Bahamians. Emergency medical care saves lives, and a modern state-of-the-art emergency care department is a basic requirement for our public health system and remains the nucleus of any tertiary healthcare center. To the dedicated staff of the emergency room department, I salute you. Your adaptability and dedication throughout the challenging aspects of this project has been nothing short of remarkable. You have shown all of us what it means to respond with resilience, ensuring that our patients continue to receive the highest standard of care, even in the midst of some of the most stressful situations during construction. It is difficult to work in a space where construction is going on and services are being provided. I must admit, the renovation of an old structure proved to be a difficult period at the Princess Margaret Hospital Accident Emergency Restructuring Project. But we thank God for the support of all the players involved and the determination for everyone, including our contractors, to complete the renovations. Therefore, in the spirit of the season, where we celebrate collaboration and community spirit, I'd like to thank our MD, Albert Rowe, and our chairman, Mr. Andrew, for going beyond the call of duty to see that this project is continuously moving in the right direction. And I would also like to commend the work of the PHA Foundation. To
tradition of the Governor General visiting our public hospitals to herald the start of the Christmas season is one that we cherish deeply. We host this tradition because hospitals, at their very core, should be welcoming and filled with hope. These annual visits reflect this fact, and our healthcare system should reflect that reality as well. Where we have fallen short, we must build our system up to the point that every patient has the faith and reassurance that they are receiving the best treatments available. From day one, my administration has dedicated itself to strengthening our healthcare system. We believe that every Bahamian deserves access to healthcare, and we have committed to working step by step to expand national health insurance to achieve this goal. If we are expanding access, we must also ensure that our facilities are large enough and well-resourced with sufficient staff to meet the healthcare demands of the public. Good healthcare is one of the fundamental building blocks of a stable, well-functioning, and prosperous society. I believe we already have many of the elements to achieve success. For example, our doctors, nurses, technicians, pharmacists, and other healthcare professionals are well trained and perform admirably in challenging circumstances. In our hospitals, we see the very essence of our humanity, the determination to care for one another, to uplift those who are vulnerable, and to ensure that no one walks the most difficult moments of this journey alone. We acknowledge that it's far from perfect, and yet, and not yet, where we would like it to be, but we are making meaningful progress on multiple fronts. In the 3+ years since our term began, my administration has successfully managed and recovered from the COVID-19 pandemic. We renovated multiple clinics throughout the province and the Family Islands, and we launched a catastrophic healthcare fund to provide free life-saving services. Work on the new health campus in Grand Bahama has already started, and we are advancing the construction of a new specialty hospital right here in the province, dedicated to maternal and child health, among other services. As we build a brighter future for healthcare, with several new facilities on the way, we must also invest in existing infrastructure. Princess Margaret Hospital remains the heartbeat of our national healthcare system, and will remain so for years to come. Accident emergency has been one of the sections of the hospital that has needed significant work for some time. When people are facing health emergencies, we want them to be comforted by the quality of the facilities and the professionalism of the staff that are here to offer life-saving treatments. Today, we are proud to host this ribbon cutting for Phase B of the emergency department expansion. We are expanding our emergency department from an existing footprint of approximately 11,970 square feet to a spacious 21,338 square feet. It is nearly doubling its size. This expansion will provide more capacity to serve, more capability to respond, and a more patient-centered approach, better ensuring the dignity, privacy, and safety of patients seeking emergency services. I'm advised that the PHA has provided a virtual walkthrough of relevant areas, and I'm excited to note that each feature we unveil has a patient-focused, patient-centered focus. A newly covered entryway will welcome our patients with respect and dignity. No one should have to endure the elements while seeking care. Our state-of-the-art lobby ensures security and comfort, making it clear that we value the safety of both our patients and our staff. We have redesigned our registration area to protect patient privacy and speed up the registration process to improve their experience and get them the care that they need as swiftly as possible. Families will find comfort in expanded waiting areas, Spaces designed with love for our children, including dedicated zones for our youngest patients, equipped with nurses stations and specialized exam rooms.
The Department of Rehabilitative and Welfare Services under the Ministry of Social Services, Information and Broadcasting observed November as Rehabilitation Month under the theme Rehabilitation Starts Within. In a press conference held on November 7th, 2024, officials highlighted agency services and events focused on promoting family care and community building.
Notably, the Department of Rehabilitative Welfare Services have observed a new trend with 10-year-olds and 11-year-olds appearing in court for offenses such as stealing, housebreaking, and shopbreaking. There's also been an increase in juveniles being charged for firearm and ammunition possession. Troubled teen girls running away from home continues to be a prominent issue, but the most noticeable phenomenon is the increase in the number of runaway teenage males. Sadly, many of these issues are a result of ineffective parenting and poor home environments. As it pertains to the adult population, along with violent crimes, there is an increase in stealing by reason of employment or service, incest, and unlawful sexual intercourse. With such alarming numbers, it places an unwavering strain on the resources of the Bahamas Department of Correctional Services, the William A. Pratt Center for Girls, and the Simpson Penn Center for Boys. Regrettably, this is indicative of a society that urgently needs to review, amend, and implement comprehensive programs that are strong, aggressive, and effective. Crime has negatively affected the quality of our lives, leaving many Bahamians feeling powerless and unsafe. Therefore, it is imperative that the programs developed are a catalyst of positive change. These programs should be uniquely tailored to sensitize the public, impart knowledge, invoke reflection and introspection, and promote skills building. By targeting issues related to environmental, social, educational, mental, and spiritual well-beings of Bahamians, we will help restore hope. Our country's motto is that it's better in the Bahamas. Let us strive to make our country once again the Mecca of the Caribbean, and let it truly be better in the Bahamas. The government of the Bahamas is committed to the same, as we aim to reduce violent crimes through the implementation of our clear, hold, build strategy. And I am certain that the Honorable Minister will endorse the statement that as the Minister with responsibility for social services in the Bahamas, his ministry is serious and committed to playing a vital role in crime prevention. Thus, the Department of Rehabilitative Welfare Services is up to the challenge to assist and contribute to this initiative. They are taking every corrective measure to ensure that proper interventions and programs are in place to treat and rehabilitate clients as we move towards empowering them for a better tomorrow. Most recently, the Bahamas joined forces with various Caribbean countries and formed the Caribbean Association of Probation and Parole, or CAP. Two of our probation officers had the opportunity to attend the launch, which was held in Barbados during the month of September. It is hoped that this partnership with our Caribbean brothers and sisters in probation and parole services will help us strategize and develop empirically based initiatives to address our challenges. While efforts are being made to create and implement programs, we must remember that in order to heal a country, it has to begin with the individual. As the theme for Rehabilitation Month indicates, rehabilitation starts from within. Individuals must be willing and open to put in the hard work needed for positive change. The rehabilitation process, it is complex, involving behavioral and cognitive modification and management, as well as lifestyle changes for offenders and their family members. This process, it takes time, commitment, and dedication. But in the end, individuals will have the education and the skills needed to change their deviant behaviors. We all have strengths and weaknesses, but I challenge the public, especially those who are involved in unsavory activities, to aim to reinvent yourselves. Some of you have suffered traumatic experiences, whether it was a result of a dysfunctional family life, loss of a loved one, or some form of abuse. Know that your freedom is in realizing that it was not your fault. Give yourself permission to pause, unload, and heal. Healing is the first step to being rehabilitated.
I'm Carissa Williamson, and this has been Your Government in Action, a presentation of Bahamas Information Services. Join us on Tuesday evenings, where we bring you highlights, coverage, and information as we continue to do what we do best, linking people and government.